everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the challenges that immigrants, people who leave their country to another country, faces in terms of human trafficking. Now, the immigrants, in my opinion, are in the category that I can call the high-risk population that are exposed to trafficking. And I will explain what I mean based on my experience. You find that when people migrate to other countries, for instance, you go to Canada. When I went to Canada, they talk about you don't have Canadian credit history, and so getting accommodation is difficult. When you talk about work, you hear things like you don't have Canadian job experience, so it's difficult to get the type of job that you want, or the category of job, the level of job experience that you can do, or you would rather be forced to begin to take jobs that are in lower category. As part of the activities ongoing in the US, this month is called National Human Trafficking Awareness Month, the month of January. And so I wanted to cash into the opportunity because looking back on my journey as an immigrant, I kept thanking God for how God has preserved us. And I also have heard tons of stories of how people, fell victim to all manner of things. Now let's talk about the exposure in looking for jobs. Because you're immigrant, you really don't have so much control over what job you do and how you do that. Some do though. Now, I'm talking about legal immigrants. Let me not talk about illegal immigrants. But legal immigrants sometimes faces those challenges as well. And because you don't have a choice and you need money to be able to sustain yourself abroad, many are exposed to being victim to some of those people who are into human trafficking. Remember, trafficking could be sex trafficking or labor trafficking. Whichever one, it is totally not right. Now, these victims are made to work under terrible conditions. Maybe they are paid less. Maybe their personal identification are taken from them. And someone could say, until you have paid for the help I give you, then I will give you back your passport or something. I know someone told me in the course of what I do right now that somebody wants to help him migrate to Canada and they will pay all the bills, but when he comes to Canada, then they will take his passport, and when he finished working and paying them back, then they are able to give him his passport. This is trafficking, and I was quick to say don't accept it. Take your time and you'll be able to find what is good for you. Someone linked me up to a job while I was in Canada, and it was something I could do over a weekend. I work Monday to Friday, but I thought, okay, I need a little extra work, extra cash won't hurt. So I was given this contact and I was to go and see them, care at home. And then I started going. I was driving into interior part of community that I was becoming scared. So I had to park, share my location with the family member, but I still went. I was lucky I went and came back safely. It was a job, not traffickers. But what if they were traffickers? What if something happened? Even though I had shared my location, but maybe before my family will get to where I am, I'm already dead and gone. So sometimes we have to use our instinct. When your instinct tells you that this is not good, please don't pursue it. Maybe there is something there. So let me talk about factors that predisposes immigrants to human trafficking. One of them is job opportunity. Because they don't have experience, there is in that country, there is always the pressure, trying to get a job. And so these criminals may be able to reach them or get them. They may fall victim because they are looking for a way to earn. The other factor that predisposes them is language, because some of them don't even speak good English or don't understand enough. It's easy for them to not be able to communicate. There is that communication barrier, and so they may be able to get them. If they realize that they don't understand very well and they are criminals, they are into human trafficking, they may be able to cash into it. Another major one is housing. In Canada, in US, I personally have experiences when you get there, you say you don't have credit card history, you can't rent accommodation, you struggle, you need to find somebody who will help you. If you're not lucky and you fall a victim, someone will come to you and say, I can help you. You see, these human traffickers, they warm up to you, they'll come nice, like they want to help. And so they help you get accommodation with you because they are the one, they will use their details and add you as a co-tenant. If they are a trafficker, then your trouble has just started. So it's very important that we know some of these predisposing factors. I want to talk about transportation, but I know that transportation is also one risk factor. When you move to these countries, you really don't have means of transportation, and you may not be lucky to be in a place that have very clear commercial routes, bus track, train track, and so you will struggle. Either you're paying very high amount moving with Uber and all those taxis, which is very expensive, or someone may want to give you a lift, and so sometimes some people may have entered the lift and may never come back. We never know. Sometimes we have heard about uncles, aunties, friends, families that went abroad and nobody hears anything about them anymore. Is there a possibility that they could be among those people who have been trafficked? Now, what can we do to help? There are things we can do to help, but you can only help what you know. And that is why this awareness is key at a time like this. Awareness in the sense that you need to know what to see to tell you that this may be a victim. You also need to know enough not to fall victim yourself. So, how do we know who a victim is? What do I need to know so that I'm not going to fall victim tomorrow? One of them is when someone wants to control your life, someone wants to seize your identification information, your passport, your state identity, then think. Whatever they are offering you that will take away that power, then that may be a problem. If you also see someone who does not have such, then that may be a problem. Then, if you're looking for a job and the job is creating conditions that makes you a victim, predisposes you, very long hours, they won't pay you, they pay you cash, they don't want you to have financial documentation in the bank and stuff like that. No. That may be a problem. When you see people who does not have control of their mental health, they go about with their friends, in quotes, they are dependent, they can't even take simple decisions like let me go and use the bathroom alone. They have to take permission from whoever they are with. They look drunk or under influence of alcohol or drugs. That may be telling you that something is not right. Some may also have physical signs of bruises, Some may be looking malnourished, they've been starving them. Don't turn a blind eye. There's something you can do. The good thing is that in developed countries, you have clear pathway to report. When you see a human trafficker, don't think you can confront them. Don't even try, because they are dangerous people. They can harm you. What you may be able to do is, assuming they are in a car, you can get the car details and report to the authority. You can call 911 and say, this is what I saw. There's a saying that says, say something when you see something. Don't keep quiet. Maybe you'll be able to save a life. In the US, there is a national human trafficking hotline you can call. I will drop the website and the phone number in the description part of this video. There are also some local organizations like NGOs that help in fighting such crime. You can also contact them. I have a few of them that I may be able to also drop in the description part of the video. And you may have them in different parts of the world where you live. All you need to do is search the internet. Where are the organizations that are working in the area of human trafficking? And you'll be able to reach out to them for partnership. You'll be able to give them information that can help them to help someone. You may also be in a position to educate your co-workers, educate your community, let people know. And you that is migrating from Africa, from developing country, you need to be aware there are some offers that are too good to be true. Don't jump on it. You that is new in the developed world, there are some jobs you don't have to take. Don't worry, you will gradually grow as long as you become steady and stable. Over time, you can't make all the money at once. Growing wealth takes a while, and you don't have to take all the jobs. And when we're able to do this, one will be confident that we will continue to help in reducing the exposure and the risk and the calamity that comes with human trafficking, which we can also call modern day slave. I listened to someone recently that talked about a guy who was a taxi driver, took 3 passengers to an interior part of the city where I live currently, and they kept telling him, keep going, keep going. By the time he went into the interior, they did not only rob him, but they also shot him, and he eventually died. Is it possible that he could have said no before he will leave where people are? Because criminals don't normally operate in the open. Are you conscious of where you're going? Must you go somewhere that someone will not know where you are or may not be able to track you? Let's be self-aware, and together we'll be able to help our community. Thank you for listening. Please share, subscribe, and comment. Maybe you have encountered some experiences others will learn from. Maybe someone you know. Drop your comment in the comment box so that we all can learn together and be able to grow a healthier global space.